Author Jeanette Larson captures the subtle nature of power. Tyranny does not arrive overnight with a sudden military decree. It creeps in through 1,000 small compromises, where free citizens trade their sovereignty for safety, until they wake up realizing they need permission to live the lives they were born to claim. To see how those compromises manifest, we look to a rural Texas county that spent decades successfully managing its own regional water supply. This independent cooperative was run by local engineers who knew every foot of the pipeline and was funded through transparent, community-voted dues. The decentralization worked. The system operated with zero debt, maintained a pristine safety record, and resolved maintenance within 24 hours. This local success proved that a community could manage its own vital infrastructure more effectively than any distant authority. This autonomy was shattered when a federal agency 3,000 miles away enacted a sweeping regulatory mandate to standardize water management nationwide. The mandate forced this small rural co-op to comply with the exact same rigid metrics designed for massive municipal megacities. This dual-axis chart shows the financial impact. Over an 18-month timeline, mandatory electronic monitoring and federally certified consultants caused compliance fees to explode, while the local independent reserves dropped rapidly to zero. The co-op eventually went bankrupt and was absorbed by a corporate utility conglomerate. Rates tripled, customer service vanished, and the local citizens became helpless ratepayers. This systematic extraction of local wealth and autonomy into a centralized corporate state monopoly defines the monolith. To understand how these systems operate and how to escape them, subscribe to the channel. Let's break down the mechanics. The administrative pressure that crushed this local co-op mirrors a conflict that has defined American governance for 2 centuries: the clash between decentralized autonomy and consolidated administrative power. The first system is the Federation. This was the founders' original blueprint, a decentralized network of sovereign states and local communities with intentionally fractured power. Under this model, problems are solved closest to the people experiencing them. If a local government fails, citizens can hold their officials accountable or relocate to a neighboring county. Competition keeps tyranny in check. The monolith is the complete inversion of that structure. It functions by consolidating absolute power into the hands of a centralized administrative apparatus. By stripping away local choice and centralizing authority, the monolith effectively dismantles the original design of the republic. The monolith relies on 3 specific tactical pillars to replace voluntary cooperation with forced compliance. The first pillar is the illusion of scale. Federal agencies sell the promise that top-down centralization is more efficient, claiming they can manage 300 million lives better than individuals can manage their own. The second pillar is the elimination of choice. Federal mandates and tax codes now reach into every corner of the country, making it nearly impossible to escape these regulations by moving to a different state. The third pillar is the destruction of sovereignty. Local autonomy is starved out and replaced by dependency on federal funds that are tied to coercive requirements. The republic effectively dies the moment local leaders stop looking to their neighbors for solutions and start looking to Washington for handouts. You cannot vote your way out of a centralized system. Reclaiming your freedom requires you to actively decouple your life from these dependencies. The first step is shifting your economic base. Build direct relationships with local vendors, hire independent contractors, and own your supply chain from end to end. Second, you must exercise state and local jurisdiction. Political and economic power is most effective at the county and state level. Focus on understanding the property rights and business regulations in your own backyard rather than obsessing over federal politics. The third step is building independent infrastructure. Stop hosting your core business assets and financial workflows on centralized platforms that can deplatform you at any time. Take control of your digital destiny by using self-hosted real estate, private CRMs, and self-managed data structures. This independent architecture ensures that corporate conglomerates cannot regulate your enterprise into oblivion. True sovereignty is a reality you must actively build by taking absolute responsibility for your own life and business. To learn the tactical steps for securing your independence, pick up the book Unapologetic Sovereign through the link in the description.